Test, test. Test, test. Test. Test, test. Testing, testing. Test, test. Wonder, is it a volume thing? Test. Yeah. Test. Testing. Can I get a thumbs up from anybody watching? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. I got a thumbs up from my mom. So. Thumbs up from anybody watching. Can you hear me?
Sorry, it's picking up both. You can hear this as well. So. Anyway, so there's our test. I'm sure the 9 viewers that are watching will let us know if the audio is not working quite correctly here. So. It was like, who's got the pom-pom tied to their hair? But it's Selena. It's the only time you'll see Selena with the ponytail, apparently. So it's the green fluorescent one. Hey, welcome everyone to this afternoon's game between the Gators and the Storm. Semifinal game here. Both teams looking for a berth to the championship tomorrow night at 7:20 p.m. at Ice Center at Promenade here. I don't know if you can see the ref situation, but we've got like the tallest ref in the world and the smallest ref in the world, both reffing today's game. So. Gators with a solid win this morning against the Sabercats, and we'll see. This is a 2 extra players, exactly. Surrey and Deb couldn't play this morning because they were playing with another team, and we'll see what the Storm is. The last game with the Storm was a 5-4 win in overtime. It's one of the most exciting games and that I've probably coached in High Plains history. And this is a rematch of last year's championship with the Storm won 1-0 at Magnus Arena. So Gators looking for a little bit of redemption here this afternoon. Try to get onto the finals and beat the Storm. So. It's in Magnus. Yeah. I definitely remember it was Magnus because we had to announce the Randy had no PA system or mic to be able to use. So. 2:28 left in warm-up, so if you need to get a drink, now's the time. Use the bathroom, so you can stay tuned to all the action we've got going on here this afternoon at South Suburban. So that was for you, Beck. So let's. I'm at this awkward point where I'm going to finish this one. I need to text Shannon to be the drink buddy. Do you want a drink if she gets it? You want a beer if she gets it?
I gotta drive up to Promenade. I'm hitting my max total 3 ranks in one day.
Seriously, he's like 2 feet taller.
I mean, he's huge. I'm looking for 15.
Almost ready for puck drop here as the teams gather at the front of their nets. Not sure if the Storm has a full lineup or not. There's Team Colorado tryouts going on at the same time right now, so a number of the girls had conflicts, I know, for these afternoon games. So looks like there's a few of the TC players on the Storm side just by the breezer covers, which is breezer covers and helmets are pretty much the only thing you can judge by these days. So, but hopefully we'll get another great hockey matchup here like these two teams have had the last couple games. You said you sent out the link, right? Yeah. She'll figure it out. Shannon, unfortunately, is on my crossbar account and she gets notifications. I turned all my notifications off because there's too many teams on there. Shannon gets all of them. So. There we go. Looks like we'll start with Kephart Mendoza, Gray, and Zaire up at forward, and Gerasi and Visa in the on D. Take the opening face-off here for the Gators. And we're off. Contested puck. Win back by the Storm. Storm up the boards. Visa pinches that off. Storm still on the hunt here. They get it behind the net. Visa blocks that attempt off. Goes cross ice wide, just a little bit in front of Kephart Mendoza, and that's going to go down for an icing. Oh, they call it off for some reason or other. I guess the refs don't want to skate that hard today. So comes back up, centering pass. Gerasi gets to it first, knocks it off the Storm player's stick. Centering attempt, shut down by Gray. Comes up to Zaire, comes back to the point. They keep it in, throw it down around to the boards. Gerasi steals that puck, puts it up the boards. A Storm recover. Storm back through the neutral zone, up the middle. Visa with a quick poke check. Get rid of that one-on-one opportunity. Gray cross ice, looking for Lubitz. Storm back right away. Long centering shot, turned aside by Yokota. Yokota up the boards. That is Olivia Ward. Ward up the ice. She tries to get a backhand attempt, but doesn't quite center. Center intent. In quick by Schumacher. Schumacher scurries back to the point. Little board battle. Storm comes up with the puck, bringing up the ice. Into the center. Across the blue line. Little toe drag dangle there, but Schumacher takes care of it. Centering pass. Recovered by Ward. Ward gets a quick stick lift and then Storm recover again. Back up to the center. Schumacher with the puck. She's going to fire that, or tries to fire it in deep, but it gets stuck. Treviso battling against the board. Storm comes through the middle. Storm back to regroup through the neutral zone of their own end. Storm with some good control of the puck so far this game. That goes Crockett. Crockett in. She gets a quick poke check. Puck comes out. Gray's got to regroup here. Back to Schumacher. Find time to get on sides. Pass just a little ahead of Crockett. So into the Storm zone. They pull back. Berger on the forecheck. She turns puck over loose to Gray. Storm with a good cross-ice pass. Schumacher picks it off. Storm in the slot. Shot attempt off some pads. Peterson, puck up to Crockett. Crockett through the middle. Coming into the zone. She's got to wait for help. She doesn't know. Their teammates all went for a change and left her stranded there. Storm ridden that boards around. Peterson to the puck. Centering attempt. Goes straight to the Storm. Storm with a little chip pass. A little bit dangerous. Pugh back on the relief. Kephart Mendoza loses a wheel there in the corner. Storm with a great centering attempt, but the player couldn't quite handle it. So Kephart on the rush. Puck still goes, gets tied up in her feet, goes into the zone. Ward on the forecheck, comes around. Pugh pinches to hold it in. Ward brings it back out. Regroup attempt with Peterson. Little dish back to Ward. Ward drives it in. She's got 3 players on her, so cross ice dump. Kephart Mendoza in to recover. She's first to the puck. She's got time. Puck comes straight out to Visa. Visa drives in. Pulls it wide. Centering attempt hits the skates. Decide to move positions just in case the parents on the other side don't want to hear me commentate here. So. Puck loose over the Storm. Storm pops it up the boards. A little bit too much. Visa recovers. Visa dangles around one. It's got to watch the too many men as one of her players is changing there. Gerasi, good pressure, stick on stick into the corner. Back around reverse for Visa. Visa fires it up the boards. Comes the Storm player right in the slot here. Good job by the Gators defense. Not allow a shot on that play. Puck up to Lubitz. Lubitz tips it down. That's too slow to become an icing, so hard forecheck by Gray here. Oh, giveaway right there to Treviso. Treviso field goal over the net. I'm not sure. I think shots might be 0-0 at this point here right now. So Visa with the puck in the neutral zone. Tries to pop it into the center. Gets stuck up with a Storm player. Yokota out to play it. Yokota around the boards to Visa. Visa loses it on a deep pinch from the Storm. Yokota backhands it to Gerasi. Gerasi up to Visa. Visa with a quick bump up to Lubitz. We got numbers coming in. Good 2-on-1 attempt by Lubitz there to go to the weak side of the ice. Just a little bit too far from Gray to get the puck. So Schumacher recovers back in the neutral zone. Gets tipped into the Gators zone. Quick shot on net goes high and off the net for a whistle here. I'll check the game sheets to see if they're keeping score, keeping track of shots here. But 9:01 left in the first period. Face off, won by Storm. Quick shot turned aside by Yokota. Schumacher challenges, gets rimmed around the boards to Berger. Slows down a little bit. Storm come up with the puck again. Great offensive pressure by the Storm so far. Oh, big hit in the corner on Crockett. I'm not sure there was a play on the puck there. Storm working it around in the offensive zone well. Player in front. Now will be I think the net's off. She can't tell what that whistle is for. But it looks like it's coming outside. Not sure if there's a hand pass. It might have been a hand pass. Yeah, that's hand pass. That brings out Samaya, Olivia, Zoe, with Peterson and Pugh at D. Yokota rims it up to Kephart Mendoza. Kephart Mendoza, a little bit too far for Ward. Storm right back in. That one's going to become an icing, so this pass miss. Gators will get a chance to the left of the Storm goalie here. $18 viewers. Thanks for coming out, everyone. 8:16 left in the first period. Still 0-0 tie here at South Suburban. Ward just waiting for the player to come on side. She's going to go back to Pugh. Pugh gets tied up in the corner, wrong side of the puck. Quick 3-on-1, and the Storm snipes one past Yokota. Take a lead, 1-0 here in the first period. Just a bit of a defensive breakdown by the Gators there to get entirely outnumbered on that play. So bring us back to center ice. The Gators down 1-0. Gray, Lubitz, Treviso with Visa and Gerasi back on the point. Visa wheels around, cuts, looks up ice for Treviso. Treviso to Gray. Comes off the back of her skate. So Storm brought that in, so I'm not sure why they didn't wave off the offsides there, but puck comes out, Gerasi. Gerasi up the middle. Some miscommunication between the Gators players. Visa still with the puck. Poked away, Treviso back to Visa. Visa tries to put it up to Treviso, but outmanned by the Storm on the boards. We get an offside play. Storm offside on that one. Face-off win by the Gators. Visa up the middle to Gray. Bounce off Gray's stick, goes to the Storm player. Storm right back at it. Back to Visa again. She wheels in her own zone. Slips it around the player, up the boards to Treviso. Treviso, good poke by Visa. Can't quite get around that Storm player. Had Lubitz open in the Lubitz wide open in the front. Visa still with the puck, centering attempt, knocked aside by the Storm. Storm roll around the boards. Gray to attack. Gray throws it at the net. Lubitz with a quick shot on the short side. That looked a little bit dangerous there. Lubitz into the corner. Gets outmanned by a Storm player. Storm bring it out on a clearing attempt and almost get a breakaway out of that, but stick of Gerasi prevents that. Visa with the puck back. She turns back in her own zone. Stops behind the net. She's looking for a stretch. She's got a center lane open. She comes up the ice. Storm blocked that. Pass by Berger, intercepted by a Storm player. Quick shot in on Yokota. Dakota throws it around the boards, and that's going to go out, but good clearing attempt. Storm put it into the Gators bench here, so a stoppage in play, and we'll go to the offside circle for a face-off. Face-off being taken by Ward, Crockett and Berger on the wings. Schumacher and Von Holt out there for the D. So I haven't said Von Holt's name here, so I wasn't sure if I had the number right. Behind the net. Ward with the puck, battling a couple Storm players against the boards. Throws around. Storm collects it, though. Crockett pokes it. Ward still battling. Puck comes out the D. Von Holt. Shot. Gloved by the goalie for a stop. Face-off win by the Storm. They crash through right the circle and quick breakout for a quick break. 2-on-1 attempt. Yakota comes out with a big stick, big poke check. Clear that out. You have Berger with the puck, brings it in the zone. Gets tied up by Storm players. Storm circles back. Puts it up, goes straight to Schumacher. Schumacher being challenged in the neutral zone. Storm come away with the puck. Center pass attempt goes wide, flies in the corner. Ward battling. Ward up the boards to Zaire. Zaire across the middle. Storm somehow keeps that puck in, just on the blue line, just on the edge of the blue line. Yakota with an attempt up to Berger. That comes out to the neutral zone with the Storm recovering. Quick play off the skate of a Gators player. Ward drives in the offensive zone. Still tied up with a couple Storm players right now. Puck goes behind the net. Goes to Kephart Mendoza. Kephart Mendoza walks out. Quick bounce pass to Peterson. Shot attempt off the skate. Back to Kephart Mendoza. Storm get a quick breakdown. Pugh and Mendoza back for the attempt and cleared to the corner by Yakota. Okay. Pugh with the puck being double teamed by Storm players. Oh, nice play. Ward in one-on-one. Takes the puck. Oh, great shot. Puck bounces loose like live in front, but now the Storm are right back. Pugh with a little poke check. Bring the puck up, and then she gets poke check. Puck comes back into the Gators zone. Coda with a backhand to Pugh up the boards. Pugh looking for help. He's got two players. He's pinning it against the wall, so waiting for reinforcements here. Storm come out with the puck in the corner. Tries to center, but it goes off the net. Gray turns that puck. Oh, tries to make a clearing play. It goes off the back of one of the players, and then dangerous little spot up in front. So Storm right back into it. Play towards the net. Yakota recovers. Storm putting on some good offensive pressure here. Face off, won by Storm. They get a quick shot on net. Yakota covers that for another stoppage of play. Face off to the left of Yakota. Face off. Visa recovers. Little scramble off the face off. Visa up the middle. He's got one player back, but can't get through the second and third. Back to Gray covering on the point. That goes down through the neutral zone. Storm picks it up and come back storming. Gray recovers. Over to Gerasi. Quick touch up to Treviso. Treviso tries to get in deep. Can't get a full stick on it. Storm come back on their zone. Quick up into the neutral zone for the Storm. Gray puts it over to Gerasi. Back to Visa. Visa getting pinned in her own end here. She rims it to Treviso. Treviso quick out to Gray. Gray's looking to go back to her D, but the Storm are there. So one-on-one attempt. Visa throws that one aside. Puck clears out past the blue line. Storm back through the neutral zone, up to the center. And that's going to be an offside call on the Storm. .118 left in first. Storm up 1-0. Face-off win by the Storm. Quick D to D and up. Storm tried to throw that in deep. Gets intercepted by Crockett. Crockett tries to go in. Berger pulls that one out of being offsides. Gets the puck back. Takes a swipe at it, but it's back to the Storm players. Storm, weak side, up to the left side. They toss it in deep. Yokota recovers. She's going to rim it around the boards. Storm recovers the puck. Centering play to walk out in front. Crockett's going to throw the puck all the way down. We'll see if it make up for an icing, and yes, it does. Face off to the right of Yokota. Storm player thrown out of the face-off circle. The embarrassment. Tie up puck one, and that's going to go down again, and we're no ice on that one. It was tip off the D. We had Crockett and Berger both screaming down on the forecheck here. 23 seconds left. Storm come on a rush. Just a few seconds left. Centering attempt. Yokota with the save. Ward was still battling. Another centering attempt. This is all the way down from the Storm player. No ice, but the time is going to run out in the first period here. All right, I didn't heed my own advice to go to the take a nature break before the game started, so I'm going to leave you with some silence for a bit here. So start of the second, Gators haven't been able to pull much offense together here, so let's see what they can pull out and see what the coaching wisdom that they got in between periods was. Oh, loose puck. Storm come in and on a kind of botched play, get a breakaway, and it bounces up and over Yokota's glove. Storm take a 2-0 lead, 14:44 left in the second here. Face off. Storm takes it in, tied up against the boards. Little battle. Ward comes out with the puck. She gets stopped up by the Storm on the rush. Rush up the boards to the neutral zone. They get tied up. Pugh pokes it out to Treviso. Treviso over to Lubitz, but then that goes to the Storm again. Long pass attempt. Yokota with a backhand up the boards. Gators have to stop throwing the puck away. Pugh back into her own zone. She turns and finds some space. It's got a little bit of space, but there's Pugh with the puck still. Shot right on. Goalie stops it. Still in the zone. Lubitz throws it deep into the corner. Ward on the check. Back to Lubitz. Lubitz centering attempt. Tip. Can't quite get a handle on a first shot. Puck comes out to the Storm. Storm 1-on-2. Bounces back. Storm throw it in deep. Yokota stops the puck, sets it up. There's no one there. Little miscommunication between the D and the goalie on that play. Lubitz, puck on the boards. She tries to throw it up. Finally chips it out. Storm still on Treviso on the attack. Treviso gets it in deep here into the Storm zone. Forwards go for a change. Storm bring it out up the boards. Quick centering pass broken up by Berger. Another centering pass broken up by Berger. Finally comes out of the neutral zone. Pugh gets the puck. Her shot deflected by Sticks. There's about 4 players on her at the time, so. Berger, quick flip out to Gray. She gets it loose. Shot attempt, but a stick on it. Berger in the corner. Storm's got it behind their own net. Up the boards. Berger and Gray digging the puck out in a little bit of a scrum here right now. Comes out to the middle. Storm just decides to throw it down and get rid of that. See if it will make it. That will make it for an icing, and we'll go back to the right of the Storm goalie here. With 11:47 left in the second. Gators down by 2 goals. 2-0. Got Gray, Berger, and Crockett up front with Visa and Gerasi in the D. Gerasi steps in, grabs the puck loose. Oh, shot by Berger off the top of the net, off the crossbar and into the net. So.
Not into the net? Or just
Went in top of the net,
Oh.
yeah.
like that?
The netting, not the net.
Right. Confused. I was like, wait, she's
Pass back to Visa. Visa throws it in the zone. Covered by Storm player. Storm looking for a stretch pass, but picked off by Visa. Visa drives in. Puck gets dumped out. Gray brings it back. Back to Visa. Visa battling on the boards. She slips out of 1 check, slips out of 2. Pass back to the D, intercepted. Back for the retrievals, Berger. Berger comes up the ice. Puck slides off her stick. Storm recover. Storm will take a graded chances, graded advantage of some of these chances that the Gators have given him. Clear out to the neutral zone by Gators. Weak pass over. Sorry, I meant pass to the weak side over, not weak pass. Crockett tries to go all the way in. Oh, good attempt. Picked it off by Kephart Mendoza. She can't quite get a shot off on the backhand. Comes up. Storm playing a pretty conservative game here right now, and good on the defense. Gators can't seem to get many scoring opportunities. They got 5 players all back in the house right now. So puck comes out loose. Drossi back to retrieve it. Up the boards, Kephart Mendoza. Storm picked that one off and throw it back. Visa recovers. It's looking for some space. She wheels behind her own net. Drives the boards and gets picked off by a Storm player. Just a bunch of like hacky slap in the neutral zone here. I'm not even sure how to commentate some of these things. So Storm throw it all the way down. That's going to be an icing. So we'll go back into the Storm zone for a face-off here. Looks like we're bringing out, we've got Pugh and Von Holt out on D with Gray, Treviso, and Lubitz up on forward. Face-off won by Storm. Storm are definitely dominating the face-offs here. Rim around. Gators D have to retreat. Looking for the weak side pass. Turned aside by Yokota. Pugh wheels her own net, but loses the puck and turns it over to the Storm player. Comes back to Storm point. Quick shot in, glove by Yokota. Face-off win again by the Storm. Back to the point. They throw it down, cycle it low. Looking for a sending attempt. They got 2 players out in front of the net. It'll scramble. Cleared to the side. Lubitz chips it out. Back out to the Storm D. Pass deflected up high. Comes out to the Storm. Yokota with the puck. Yokota rims it to Lubitz. You got 4 Storm players on that side of the ice, though. Yokota wisely covers it up to get a stoppage in play. So. New lineup here for the Gators. Has a quick face-off win with a quick break by the wingers, but Storm get a stick on it again. We need some hero action from the Gators. Visa hits skates and hits the back of the net on a rush. She still comes up with the puck. She's looking, driving on the backhand. Throws it on net, pops up, and the goalie covers that for a stoppage. Face off to the right of the Storm goalie. The refs are wanting to get home for Sunday or Saturday dinner or something because they dropped the puck early before Gators are ready on that. But so centering attempt, Berger with a shot, misses wide to the right. Schumacher picks it up, throws it low, back to Berger behind the net. Berger slips, quick pass. Shot by Crockett with a rebound attempt, but Storm managed to clear it out. Crockett throws it back. Quick play. Nice little slip by Berger. Get the puck up to Schumacher. Schumacher throws it towards the net, goes wide to the left. Storm recover. They've got some speed coming up through the neutral zone. Another big poke check by Yokota to get that puck out of the way on the rush of the player trying to do it all themselves. So, oh, here's Kephart Mendoza on a chance here. Foot race to get to the net. Wide, way wide of the net there. So it's a pretty even foot race, but Storm clears back to the neutral zone. Visa turns up ice. She's got some space. A few Storm players to get through, and she can't quite dangle through three herself. So centering pass, attempt for Zaire. Puck goes back deep into the Storm zone. Storm rimming around, picked off by Ward. Ward's got some help out front. Can't quite get the centering pass, and the Storm could recover the puck and get it out of their own zone. Ward with the steal through the neutral zone on a great back check. Storm end up dumping in deep. Yokota with the puck up to Kephart Mendoza. She fires a cross ice into the Storm zone. Storm managed to control and regain possession of the puck. They're going to just flip it out high and wide. Lubitz backs, pumps it up the boards. A little bit of space for Pugh with the puck here. Puck knocked off her stick. She's taken on the boards. A little scrum going. Pops out to the far side of the Storm zone. Storm on it's a 3-on-3 attempt. Pugh with a diving slide to basically poke check that puck away and break up the rush. Ward comes up with the puck through the neutral zone. Dangles around, stops up short, looks for the centering pass. Goes through, Lubitz recover, throws it in front of the net. No one there for the tip. Ward gets puck back on the boards. She comes out with it. Quick shot right into the goalie's. I guess they're not the goalie's numbers, they're the numbers in football, but the goalie's crest here. So. No penalties yet called so far in this game. Another face-off win for the Storm. Storm are definitely dominating on face-offs here. 4:27 left in the second. Gators down by 2. Schumacher over to Treviso. Oh, wide open Lubitz in front of the net. She tried for the pass, but it got broken up by the Storm. Storm back on the rush. Storm dominating possession. Good play by, who was that in front? Was that Von Holt in front to not just swipe it away? Gray brings it back out. I think she probably had the onsides there, but was a little uncertain, so she pulled it back out of the zone. Comes back up, Schumacher. Schumacher, shot. Just wide of the net. Von Holt with the recovery, throws it in front. Gators have a chance here. Storm ends up picking up the rebound, coming back up the ice. Storm, throw it deep. Yokota rims it around. Picked up by Schumacher. Schumacher for Treviso, just a bit too far in front of her. Storm chip it back into the neutral zone. Von Holt with the play up. Storm bring it back up the ice. High, wide shot. Storm D pinches in to get that. They're coming with some speed here. Shot right on. Rebound off a drop play by the goalie, and Storm are now up 3-0. All right. Just trying to get another beer order in here, so sorry for the drop in commentation, but Gators are really going to need to pick up things here. They want to keep in this game and get to the finals. Stopped by the Storm goalie, but it's not necessarily a scoring chance there. They're not getting much traffic in front of this Storm goalie here right now, and they haven't really tested her. They haven't had strong shots on net, so see if we can change that up for the third period. 2:19 left in the second. 3-0 Storm. Storm fire the puck all the way down. You can see Yokota trying to figure out whether she should come out and play it. Storm running around a little bit in their own defensive zone after that rush. Storm control it, up the wall, past the high slot. Chipped it into the center. Puck goes in, delayed offside. Ward comes around looking for Kephart Mendoza. Kephart Mendoza over to Treviso, but a little bit too far for her. Ward. Nice. Good idea by Kephart Mendoza. She was on her backhand, so she feeds it to Visa. Pugh over to Visa. Visa turns back. She's got a couple players beat. Here she goes. She's on her backhand. Oh, great attempt on the one-timer by Berger, but just misses the net. So Visa battles in the corner for the puck. Comes back out to Pugh. Pugh walks. Quick shot deflected by a Storm player up and high. Crockett with the puck behind the net. She's looking for a centering pass. Storm steals it from her. Tries to get the puck all the way down the ice. Pugh blocks that attempt, brings it back up the ice. She's going to try to drive. She cuts into the middle. Shot blocked by Skates. Storm rims it around. Big pinch by Berger. Berger steps in. Rolling puck. She can't quite get it towards the net. Goes wide. Ward backing it in as well. Visa with the puck. Looks for a centering attempt. Gets the puck back. There it is to Berger. Multiple rebound attempts. That was the best scoring chance that the Gators have had. Looks like there's some discussion, and it's a goal for the Gators. So that was a good double rebound, hard work goal. So that's 2.0 seconds left in the period on that one. Oh. So hopefully that gives the Gators some momentum going into the third period here, which have been it's a little bit showed up a little bit flat on the offensive side here. All right, this is a perfunctory face-off just to run the timeout on the clock, and the teams will switch zones and go back and get some words of advice from their coaches here. Storm have been playing a pretty solid defensive game so far and getting sticks and skates and bodies in the shooting lanes here. So, kudos to them for the defensive game they're sticking to, probably being down a couple players as well. So I think if I can read Coach Scott's lips over there, I think he's saying score some freaking goals, team. I think that's pretty much exactly verbatim of what he's telling the team right now here. Ready to get underway here in the third. We got 15 minutes left on the clock. Score is 3-1 for the Storm currently. Gators will start with, let's see, Pugh and Schumacher out on D. Kephart, Mendoza, Ward, and Treviso at forward. Storm win the face-off. Back to the D. D to D to D to D. Schumacher pinches it up, puts pressure on. Kephart, Mendoza over to Treviso. Treviso in alone. Long shot to the glove. Glove saved by the goalie. That'll come to the right side of the Storm goalie here. 14:44 into the third. Another face-off win by the Storm. Been pretty dominant, but Ward muscles her way into the puck. Quick shot out. Great attempt, great pass attempt by Samaya Kephart Mendoza to Treviso, but just couldn't get the wood on it. Storm basically been able to block these shots and block a lot of shot attempts. Two-on-one coming down. Oh, nice play by Schumacher to pick that pocket after he was beat on the boards. She drives in wide, looking for someone out front. Puck comes in. Oh, puck's still loose. Puck's still loose to the side of the net. Storm end up clearing that out. Now back to the weak side. Someone's got to take the puck. Storm bringing down the wall. Yokota gloves out of a high fly ball coming in front of the net to just calm things down. Gators get a change here. Gray takes the face off. Gray with a good tie up on the face off for what has been a rare win on the face off. Bit of a rainbow from the point. Those can be dangerous. Another shot on. Yokota's just going to glove that and calm things down. Lubitz, Crockett, and Gray out for the Gators. Oh, there's Berger as well. So who am I missing? Berger and Visa. Their tie-up. Storm comes up with the puck. They rim it back around to their D. Swing and a miss. D steps in. Yokota playing it very much safe. I think she realizes with the game at 3-1 currently and being down that she can't make her usual aggressive plays out in front of the net here. So face-off win by the Gators. Comes back to Lubitz. Storm centering attempt. Lubitz throws it all the way down. That's going to be a shot on net there. A little bit of a whiff on the pass that comes across. So Crockett up the boards, attempt up the boards to Berger, but gets picked off by the Storm players. Koto settled down. She's going to put it around to Berger on the boards. Berger with a nice touch out to Visa. Visa's got speed wide. She's going to cut in and, had the wide side wide open there. So back. Berger to Von Holt. Von Holt's first attempt doesn't happen. She gets it through in the second. That's going to Berger recovering for D. Comes up with a pinch to keep it back in the Storm zone. Storm look for a long pass off the skate and back. Ends up being offside. Visa recovers, retrieves the puck in her own zone. She's going to wheel behind her own net, look to the center, stick tied up at Treviso, so that goes all the way down. I'm not sure if that one would have been a shot. I don't think it would have finally made it to the net. Would have probably died in the snow there. So Storm throw it in deep. Pugh on the retrieval. Pugh up the boards to Treviso. Quick one touch up to, oh. Sorry, I'm watching the game and not talking anymore. That comes back to neutral zone. Ward with a quick tip up. Kephart Mendoza. Oh, shot off the crossbar. 1 centimeter lower or a half an inch for you Americans listening. And that would have been 3-2 game. So Pugh driving the net. Oh my goodness. Storm, quick centering pass. And Storm score a 4th goal here. It's gonna be a tough comeback here at this point. 11 minutes, 11 seconds left in the third. Storm are now up 4-1 over the Gators. Face-off win goes to Emily Crockett. Emily throws it toward net. Pass save. The Storm goalie deflects it. Puck comes out. Storm throws it down, but it's not going to make it for an icing. Visa on the retrieval. She pops it up to Berger off the boards. Berger gets tied up to the neutral zone. And it goes to a Storm defender, but little scrum in the middle of the ice, and it's still in the feet. Nice pass back attempt, but just off the mark a little bit. So by Crockett to Schumacher. Visa with a good stick to break up that pass. She comes in, drives the net. Quick turn out. She's got space. High slot. Another pad save by the goalie on that weak side shot there. Visa comes back up with the puck. Over to Schumacher. Schumacher misses the net wide. Back around the boards to Visa. Visa fires it down. Cycles low. Back up off a Storm attempt. Storm with a stick in the way. And that'll go down out of harm's way. Yokota out. Tries to make the pass up, but a little miscommunication with Ward there. Puck tied up on the boards in the Gator zone. Ward comes out with it. She's trying to beat the player wide. She gets some space. Shot attempt goes into the skates of the Storm players. Back attempt. We've got a breakaway here. Pugh coming in, try to force it. Yokota makes a glove save here, and we've got to stop. Ward with the face-off. Storm comes up with it back. They keep it in low. Kephart Mendoza gets the puck in the slot. She's taken up. You got a 2-on-2. She goes for the between the legs, but Storm player with some great defense. But Kephart Mendoza comes back up with the puck. She looks for Pugh. Pugh didn't realize there was a player coming behind her, got a stick on it, so she couldn't get a shot away. Storm chip it out of their end. Over to Pugh. Pugh walks it in. Woo! Pugh rips a screen shot that goes 5-hole on the goalie. I'm imagining the Storm goalie would love to have that one back, but that closes the gap by 2 anyway. Storm still up 4-2. 8 minutes 32 seconds left. Got some offensive power on this team, so lots of time left in the game. Face off by Gray. One. Visa drives the puck up the boards. Centering attempt off the skate of a Storm player. Back of the Visa on the half wall. She steps around. She's looking for lane. Oh, good centering attempt. Just a whiff on the one time. Low cycle down in the corner. Visa ends up keeping it in. Storm pops. The puck pops out back out to them. So. Storm on the rush. Gray back on the back check. Yakota moves it. Yakota moves it up the boards. A little scrum with Schumacher in there. Visu with good puck protection there. Berger up to Gray. It's a little bit too far in Gray and far in front of Gray. She brings it back, looking for Crockett. Storm intercept that pass. Visa pulling off the boards. She looks for a little touch pass to Berger. Doesn't happen, but it goes to Schumacher. Schumacher brings it in. She's got some space, got a shooting lane. Oh, nice rebound by Visa. That was a defensive connection on that play there. Schumacher with the nice low shot, bounced off on the weak side, and Vita with the tapping goal there on the challenge in the net. Making it a much more exciting game, 4-3. Storm still up by 1 with 7:14 left in the third. Tie up with a win by the Gators. Puck comes back to Visa. Visa looks for long pass to Kephart Mendoza. They wave off the icing on that. Kephart Mendoza with some speed coming up. She's cruising. Up to Visa. Back to Kephart Mendoza. Across. Storm gets a stick on it and they get it out of the zone. Visa on the chase and the pursuit back. Yakota behind, like way out of her net. Backhands it up to Visa. Visa toe drags. Comes into the Storm zone. Looking for a centering option. To Treviso. Treviso throws it to the far side of the net. Centering pass up to the D. Intercepted by the Storm. Storm on a rush coming back. Good stick by Lubitz. They get the puck out. Recovered by the Storm in the neutral zone. Back over the left side of the ice. Puck gets dumped in. Little collision behind the net between Gators players there. Lubitz has enough of that and just says, let's get it out of our own zone. Pugh on the forecheck. Comes up with the puck. Ends up getting upended. 1-on-2 coming back the other way, but for the Storm. Schumacher takes her. Berger right there. Berger's got some space here. Berger pokes it in deep. She comes up with the puck again. Looking for the centering pass. Broken up. Another shot by Schumacher. Hits shin pad. Schumacher keeps it in. Storm finally just clear the puck out for an icing. Good pressure by the Gators there in that series. I actually don't know who's playing what position anymore because so it looks like Berger and Schumacher on D with Pugh, Gray, and Crockett up front here. So some big changes from the coaching perspective here. Puck comes all the way down. Schumacher battles. Schumacher comes up with it. Quick touch up to Gray. Pops a wheelie there. Comes out to the neutral zone over for a Storm player. Storm player chucks it in. Rolling puck. Yakota goes for a backhand up to Crockett. Looking for the centering pass to Gray. Picked off. Have to be a bit smarter on our own end here if we want to hold on to have any chance. 4:39 left in the third here. That'll bring out Ward, Visa, Von Holt, Treviso, and Kephart Mendoza. Puck come out in the neutral zone. Back to Von Holt. Von Holt throws it up the middle to Treviso. Treviso in on the wing. She dances around. Good attempt on the short side. Had a player crashing on the weak side as well, looking for the rebound there, but goalie sucked it up. This is one of the few times that like the clock not running actually works in our favor here. So another face-off win by the Storm. Rim it around to their winger. Hard pinch in by Visa. Force the puck into the middle. Storm come up with the puck. They look for a cross ice attempt that gets hit by shin pads. Still tied up. It's potentially even offside. It's right at the blue line here. Puck comes out. Puck comes back in. Everyone's still digging for it. Storm D comes out with the puck. They throw it down deep. Visa stops behind her own net. She's got some space to skate. Visa stops up short. Tries to center it, but Storm are all over her there. So Berger back on some tough D. Visa with the puck again. She looks looking for Treviso again, but just a little bit too far ahead of her. Goes to the Storm D. Storm throw it all the way back in, and that'll be an icing. 3:18 left. Gators running out of time here. Tie the game up. Grave face off for the Gators. Gray with a face-off win, but the Storm on the jump come through to gain the puck here. Storm back in the zone. Berger over to Crockett. Tries to put it up to Gray. Intercepted by a Storm player. Long pass and a dump by the Storm. 2:55 to go in the third. Berger, long pass up to Pugh. Pugh with a couple defenders in her way. Pugh with a good attempt, but just goes wide. Trying to get through those two defenders. Back in the neutral zone. Berger. Puck intended for Crockett over. They throw the puck up the middle. Storm on the change, get the puck. Back into the Storm zone though. Storm try for the rim. Schumacher keeps it in, and then it pops back out. Pugh with the puck. She's got Ward driving to the net. Hits a skate on the centering attempt. 1:58 left in the third. Ward battling hard. Throws it out front, but it misses everybody. Berger on the retrieval, back in the neutral zone. Gators goalie is out of the net. 6 skaters up for the Gators right now. 1:30 left in the game. Gators stuck in their own zone trying to get it out with no goalie here. Puck comes up to Berger. Pugh gets the puck. Few into the middle. Sidesteps. Oh, shot straight on the goalie. Another low attempt missing the net by Visa. Visa keeps the puck in. Treviso holds it in. And a long shot with 46 seconds left on the empty net for the Storm. The Yokota will go back in the net for the Gators. The score of 5-3. So we're going to go a timeout. Timeout the Gators with 53 seconds left.
Oh, yeah, 21 viewers.
Yeah. 45 seconds left here in this game. 5-3 for the Storm currently. I think the Storm are going to just try to live out the clock here. Icing attempt, thwarted by Schumacher. Gray back to retrieve. Over to Visa. Visa tries to get through a player. Stop, puck comes out. 18.4 seconds left in the game here. Face off in the Gator zone. Looks like the Storm will thwart the Gators in the playoffs for another year. Face-off win, back to Visa. Visa sends it out of the zone on the looking for Kephart Mendoza. It'll backhand to Gray. Not much time left. And that will be the game, folks. So Storm win the game 5-3 over the top-seeded Gators. And we'll move on to the finals. The next semifinal game is I think right after this. So it's the Yotes versus the Wolves, and we'll see who moves on from that to face the Storm in the final. So thanks everyone for joining in, and enjoy the rest of your day, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there tomorrow.